This week on Media Loan, I have the refreshed MG4. There it is, the 2026. All the things that kind of annoyed you that are now fixed, MG4. And still to this day, one of, I think, the best cars on the road for drivers. This is a driver's car, a fabulous rear-wheel drive car. Now, let's go back to the original MG4. It came in three variants, the 51, 64 and 77 kilowatt hour batteries. They've nixed the other two and just kept the 64 kilowatt hour battery, but now that battery is no longer NMC, it's LFP. And you have 452 kilometers of range, that full 452 kilometers of range available to you. They also got rid of that slightly weird spoiler that it had on the back, and I'm very, very happy that that is gone. So it still has 6.6 kilowatt AC charging, but it has 154 kilowatt DC charging, so all very decent. And it's less than 4.3 meters long. It is a great little car, and they've made massive improvements inside. So let's go and have a look. Real door handles, never gonna get sick of it until all cars are like that, and I don't have to say it anymore. Now, one of the big gripes about this car was its interior. It was very, shall we say, I'm being kind when I say utilitarian. It was pretty cheapy, pretty basic, pretty plastic. Hard plastics everywhere. That is not the case now. We have lovely soft touch materials everywhere. They've done a fantastic job on that front. Nice bit of storage there in the door. Love that. Okay, now, also we have a light headliner. It was very dark in the old car. They didn't put that light in the back though. They still didn't add one. Bit of a shame, but it does feel much, much lighter in here because of the lighter headliner. Okay, they're straight out of the MGS5, aren't they? Great, a fence you can move with your hands. Lovely new dash, lovely new dash. So we've got this lovely inset instrument cluster here, very easy to read. This is really adjustable, this steering wheel, telescopic up and down, all those things. Indicator is on this side. We've got, I don't know why they stick with these buttons. They're a little bit, well, they're piano blacky and a little bit cheap, but look, they have fixed so many things in this car. I'm so happy. We've got this great screen here. This is straight out of all the other MGs. It would look familiar to people who own their car, the other cars. Really great software. Love this. I think in particular, this is one of the best user interfaces for people coming from an older car or a combustion engine car. It's just not overwhelming. It's easy to use. It's very, very simple, and I love it. Even all the cars that I've used, I love it. So we've got wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. You've got a reversing, got a 360 camera, all those things. Great. Best thing about this car, like all the other MGs, is MG Pilot. Once you set that up, you've set up your profile, you can just tap that and then all the bings and bongs are off. And this is nice and snappy. It's just great. I just think it's absolutely fantastic. So yeah, all the things you don't like, you can turn it off. There's your 360 camera. And there's a shortcut to heated seats, heated steering. But yeah, it's just great. Really like it. Now, one of the other downsides of the old MG was that it didn't have physical buttons for the air conditioning. It does now. So you've got your aircon here, a fan up and down. You can change the direction of it. Some more physical buttons here. A little bit of piano black here, but that's okay. Again, more vents you can move with your hands. You've got cup holders here now. I don't know if you remember in the old MG, space-wise, it actually just wasn't that great. It had cup holders, but they were right down here. It was quite impractical. It's quite sort of awkward to reach. So now you have them up here, which is great. That might, if you with a tall bottle, may knock into that, actually. That could be a little bit annoying, but coffee cups will be fine. Just maybe tall bottles might be an issue. You've got a little bit of storage here. Again, all of this, your knee touches against this. All of this is soft. And this is like a suede material here for your wireless phone charger. A little bit of storage there. Your nice gear selector. You don't have to push down or anything like other cars. It's just a turn. And look, all of that's very simple. We've got a little bit of storage here. It's not huge. It feels like there's a 12 volt there, and that is lined in the bottom, which is good. Down here, you've got a tiny bit of storage. That's hard plastic there, so a little bit impractical, but that's fine. I just think this is like a huge improvement on the old MG4. I mean, it's still, as I said, if it's just about driving dynamics, doesn't matter. It just won right off the bat, like a brilliant car, brilliant thing. But yeah, the interior felt a bit Spartan, shall we say. Another thing about the old MG4 was that the seats actually weren't that comfortable. We found them after a couple of months, just not that comfy. These are adjustable, not a huge amount of adjustment in it. They don't have lumbar support, but they are electric for the driver's side. Doesn't feel like it is for the passenger side, but these are much, much more comfy. They feel like there's more padding in them and kind of cushions you, like bolsters you and supports you a bit more than the old ones did. So yeah, good to see that. And as I said, yeah, light headliner, that's good. One of the things that often is missing from cars these days, that's lined, which is nice, is the sunglasses holder. So that's nice to see. And we've got, ooh, no light for you. There you go, no light. But yeah, this is so great. I'm a massive, massive fan. I just think this looks nice, right? If you saw the old one, if you're not familiar with it, you'd be like, wow, that is actually a massive step up. Let us go and have a little look in the back. Okay, I have put this passenger seat back as far as it will go. Let us see. Quite dark back here, isn't it? But look at that. As I said, 4.3 meters long, less than. That's pretty good. Pretty happy with that. Not bad at all. A couple of little cost-cutting measures. No, that's like in the old one as well. No pocket there. Do we really use them anyway? But, you know, maybe people do. We don't have vents back here, which is definitely a cost-cutting measure, which it's like there's space for it, but isn't there. Now, in the old MG, it was a USB-A, so now we've upgraded to a USB-C. Not quite flat floor, just a tiny little lip in the middle there. Very comfy seats though, and yes, that headliner, lots of headroom for me, but no light still. Yeah, as I said, like I'm just really surprised they didn't add light, because I guess that does make it less dark. But yeah, and another thing, cost-cutting measure, is that there is no armrest. But you know what's good is that you can remove this. The rear visibility in the MG4 Urban was quite meh, and I thought, oh, well, you'll just take out that center headrest, you'll be fine, which you couldn't do, but you can with this, so that's good. I would take that out if you were owning this car and you weren't carrying people in the middle there. That'd be the first thing that I do, because it just, yeah, it's not fantastic looking out the back there. Let's go look at the boot. Just still really actually like that. It hasn't dated. It hasn't dated. It's just a nice thing. And that light bar, of course, that goes across the back. I like that little nod to the Union Jack that they did. And yeah, bring it across the back there. Nice. But yeah, this is the rear spoiler that they have thankfully replaced. It was a bit bonkers. Even at the time, it was a bit like, what's that? All right. No offense to people who own that car. Not a power tailgate. That's fine. Can live without that. Okay, we have our parcel shelf, and we have a lone shopping hook right there, and a light here, a little bit of storage here with netting, a little bit of storage here, and once again, like the other variant of this before it was upgraded, we have a little bit of storage. So not a heap, but you can see you can fit your cable bags in there if you lay them nice and flat. And that's your tyre repair kit. Rear-wheel drive car. Not bad that you've still got that. So that's, yeah, that's good. Okay, happy with that. Let's put the seats down. Just love the position of that charge port. Perfect for pole charging, perfect for home charging, perfect for DC charging. More please, more please. We have a proper handle, which is good. No cost cutting there. And that is not bad, right? Look at that. As I said, less than 4.3 meters long. That is entirely decent. Happy with that. That is good. Now, as I recall, this did not have a frunk. It's been a while though. I'm pretty sure it didn't have a frunk. Let's have a look. And it does not have a frunk still. I wonder what's going on underneath that plastic. Whether there is a potential frunk lurking there. I reckon there probably is. Rear-wheel drive car, why can't it have just a little ickle-bickle frunk? There's only a little ickle-bickle one on my EV3, but it's still got one. It's fine. Do you know what? This car drives so well, I don't care. The MG4 was the second electric car I ever reviewed. When I say review, fumbled around. I mean, I am a car reviewer, but I'm not, in that I review cars like a person, like a regular person. In fact, my Instagram, which has 120,000 followers, is primarily women that follow me. So if you have a girlfriend or or a wife who would like to get into electric cars, maybe tell her to follow me on Instagram or TikTok. And this car has a special place in my heart because I am a hatch driver. And there's been very little choice on the market for hatch drivers like myself. And it was always a frustration of mine. It's why it took so long to buy an EV. Now, we ended up buying the Kia EV3, but this was very much a contender on the list. And one of the reasons why we didn't buy it is because the interior and the software for me, and the seats weren't that comfortable, but those first two things were the big thing that it was lacking. A lot of hard plastics around the cabin, cheapy, wasn't great ergonomically for storage. And the software was, it was a 2019 car technically. The software was definitely not up to scratch. It was laggy and it was very basic, and the lane keep assist kept like yanking the wheel, and it was just, there was just a few things that kind of made me go, oh, I don't love it enough. And I had it for 2 months on long-term loan, so I really did get to know the car. But to this day, it is one of the best cars I've ever driven. And they have addressed pretty much everything that needed to be fixed about this car. Things like the interior, so now it's lovely soft touch materials, the software, nice big instrument cluster, and the fact that you can turn off all those bings and bongs, plus you can turn off the lane keep assist so easily with MG Pilot. Gotten rid of that weird spoiler, which is good, because it was. In fact, there's an MG4 in front of me right now, and I'm looking at it going, yeah, that was a bit weird. It looks so much better now. And that they've made it an LFP battery for that 64 kilowatt hour version, which was NMC previously. The stereo is better as well, I would say, especially in that base model 51 kilowatt hour battery variant. The stereo was pretty awful. Now it's good. It's good. I mean, to me, $39,990 drive away, this has got to be one of the best cars you could buy on the market right now for its driving dynamics, all the things that you get for that money. And if you don't want an SUV, surely this goes straight to the top of your list, because it is just an excellent car, and I do genuinely love it. And if this had come out, I don't know, back in January when I did buy my car, I could potentially have bought this car because it's so good. It's so good. Everything pretty much, and the interior light, they didn't put one in, could live with that. Light headline now, great. They've just fixed everything. They've just looked at it and gone, what are people griping about? Let's fix that. And now it's an absolute steal. So there you go, MG4. Yeah, bring it. I love what MG is doing, actually. I think they're a bit of a sleeper brand in Australia. I know BYD get a lot of the accolades, but style-wise, like the design of their vehicles, especially the interiors, I think they know their market here in Australia, and we are a testing ground for electric cars because we don't have tariffs. We don't have car manufacturing here, so we are a testing ground for anyone who's not from Australia watching this. But it's just, it just drives so well. Rear-wheel drive, so good, so good. A joy, an absolute joy to drive. There's really not much missing now. I don't really have anything bad to say about it. I'll stop rabbiting on, except to say, if you're a hatch driver, you should be rejoicing right now, because there is now a fantastic electric hatch on our roads. And look, some people may go, it's only got, 6.6 kilowatt AC charging. If you've only got single phase at home, it doesn't matter. 452 kilometers of range is great. Like that's enough with an LFP battery, having that available to you. Some people would be like, I kind of wish it was 500. But to me, if it has over 500, quite often it will be a car with an NMC battery anyway. I think that's enough. I think it's plenty. It's really good. I'll stop talking now. MG4, updated, absolute winner. Yay, hatch drivers rejoice. There you go.